The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
The Coaches Show brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue, ribs, many local favorites out there on Warrior Drive, locally operated by Riverdale alum Anne-Marie Brentz and the Lanning family. And time to talk some Riverdale football this morning. Tough loss last night at Oakland, 49-46. And, Coach, these season-ending losses are always the toughest, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're real tough, especially a game like that. And the way the kids played, I mean, like you said, 49-46, man, it's back and forth. And you hate to see somebody go home in a game like that. I mean, what eats me the most is, we've played them twice in, 3-4 weeks. And second half, both games were up double-digit lead in both games. And we get beat, and that's some things I got to work on this offseason. I got to do a better job as a coach. I'm proud of the kids. I mean, when you got a double-digit lead against Oakland in the second half, it's tough to do. Not many people can say they've done that. And we did it twice, but we didn't finish, and that's in both games. And that's what's just frustrating to me as a coach, and I got to do better. And, these kids played their tail off. I can't complain about these kids. They fought for 4 quarters. They never laid down and kept fighting to make it a game. And, we put 46 on Oakland. I don't know the last time we put that many points on them. Offensively.
That was last night, set a Battle of the Borough record in 2 places. One, most combined points.
I believe it.
And 95. Previously it was 57 or 51-7 Riverdale. So whatever that's 70-something.
Yeah.
Back in 1978.
Oh, wow.
So, it was just a crazy game back and forth. And, your guys, if Oakland would score, you guys would come right back. And your drives were long, methodical, and I think that was part of the game plan, just to try to keep the ball away from Oakland's offense and score, right?
Yeah, and Malachi Tellin and Coach Barnes and DJ and the O-line, man, they played phenomenal. And the receivers, Cam Booker caught the ball well. Zayden Jones had 120 yards.
Yeah, what a catch he had last night.
He had a couple good catches, and, he played a lot more. He's always played this year, but he was thrown into a role because Xavier Watkins, last Saturday morning had to be rushed to the emergency room for emergency surgery. He had compartment syndrome. It's very rare. He got hit in the thigh playing Blackman. And the Dr. McKissick just thought it was going to be a thigh bruise, and it turned into that compartment syndrome. And he had 2 surgeries last week.
Wow.
So, he was able to come and watch the game last night. But, those things happen during the season. But, Zayden did step up and made great plays, and we're proud of Zayden and how he's come along and his growth for us this year. And we're expecting him to do really big things next year for us.
He had last night his second touchdown of the season, 127 yards on 2 receptions or so right in there. And Booker about 110 yards, and those 2 were your mainstays. But talk about Malachi. What a game.
Yeah, he played. That's the best game he played all year. And, you can't say enough about Malachi and the growth he had from the spring until now. And, he led the team, played well, and made great decisions last night. Escaped the pocket, moved well in the pocket, and, continued plays with his arm and his legs. And it was impressive how he played. And he was a lot more relaxed the second go-around than it was the first one. And I'm really proud of him. And I'm proud of all the seniors, man. This senior group has been just a blessing to coach. They came to practice. They enjoyed it. They had fun. There was no complaints, and I bragged all year long about just guys accepting their roles. There was nobody coming in complaining on the weekends or on Monday about touches, and there was no parent emails about my son not getting this many touches. And this senior class really made coaching fun, and my coaching staff enjoyed it. Enjoyed being around these kids, and I told the underclassmen last night I hope they took a lot of notes, because this is how senior class is supposed to lead.
Yeah.
They led in the right way all year long, and there was not distractions in the classroom. These kids behave well at school and do a good job, and I don't know, I don't have enough time to sit here and talk about how proud I am of this group.
Will, I had a lot of people say, and there were lots of comments, that kind of thing, about last night's game felt like, a semifinal or a final or a championship game. It was just that kind of atmosphere and the play and all of that. And, it just takes me back to, you've got 3 Rutherford County teams, counting Stewart's Creek, playing in 4. So 2 of the 4 games in 6A quarterfinals were Rutherford County. And unfortunately, we're not going to have that opportunity, in the coming year. But, just to have to play a game like that in the quarterfinals, it just I know it's tough because you feel like you're a whisker away from being able to win it all, really.
Yeah, that's what's hard today.
Yeah.
I didn't realize going in this week that it's been since 2004 that Riverdale hosted a semifinal game. So, I was hoping for that opportunity. That'd been pretty neat, 20 years. And I was fortunate enough with Coach A-Lot to coach in 2 semifinal games, and that was at Maryville. But, I was excited, like you said, we're right there. Right, and that's what's so frustrating. We're right there. And
and the reason I can say that is so Rutherford County has had a team in the semifinals for 27 years in a row. 30 of the last 31 years. It's been Riverdale, it's been Oakland, it's been Smyrna, it's been Blackman once, Siegel once, but for the most part, it's been Oakland and Riverdale.
Yeah, and, like I said, Oakland's been our nemesis, and we got to get over that. But I think the last 2 years we've taken strides.
You have.
Taken strides in the right direction. I think when people talk about Riverdale football, they talk about it with a little bit higher expectations now, and that's what we're proud of as a coaching staff and as a program and as a school and a community. You've seen this program take steps in the right directions, and then that's another thing I bragged on seniors. I mean, they made 2 quarterfinal appearances. That's pretty good, back to back, and they had 2 10-win seasons. So,
and won the first region championship in a long time.
Yeah,
last year.
Yes, and that was huge. And so, those guys they weren't complacent on what they did their junior year. They came back even hungrier and wanted to do better, and they did, man. And they beat good football teams. They beat Henry County. They beat Germantown. They lost to a Beach by 7, and then we lost the other 2 losses to Oakland. So we're going in the right direction. We just got to keep getting better. The coaching staff does a phenomenal job and works really well together and does a great job of getting these kids better. We saw a lot of growth. Aiden Edmonds on defense, Jeremiah Weaver on defense. Both of those guys took strides this year. I'm really proud. JoJo Smith's been that leader and stayed consistent for us.
And how about putting Khalil Arman out there last night? I've said this in every broadcast. You trot him out there, it doesn't matter because you have confidence in him. And I know that he has struggled at times, over 44, 45 plus, but hit a 47-yarder last night, which was the season long. But you put him out there when it's 55 yards, it doesn't really matter. You have confidence in that young man.
I always have confidence. I'm going to really miss that young man. He's been a staple for us for the last 4 years and been very consistent. And talk about improving. He has a work ethic like no other.
Yeah.
And he'll probably start kicking this weekend. It's unfortunate the way the college situation, and they're cutting rosters, and they're not really coming into the high schools as much as they used to because the NCAA's cutting rosters from 130 to 105. So high school kids aren't getting recruited as much anymore.
And that portal really plays a part too, doesn't it?
And the portal's about to be bombarded because they're cutting rosters down. So guys like him, kickers, they don't get looked at. So he'll probably have to walk on somewhere, but he'll earn a scholarship. He'll play. There's no doubt in my mind. Just the work ethic he has is like no other.
This I know this is a real special senior group last year and this year especially because these were the 2 that Riverdale made large jumps to be there in the mix in talks, for a state championship year in and year out. And I know that was part of the building blocks for this program.
Yeah, and, I think every year in the last 9 years, it's crazy to say I just finished my 9th year.
It is crazy. You look like you're 12.
I appreciate it. But, 9 years in, and
if you had a beard like your brother, though, it'll be a little grayer,
Yeah. Yeah. But, and I'm blessed with the administration we have and blessed with all the support we have at the school. And it's the culture of the school is what brings everybody together, and that place is just wonderful. And I'm proud to be at Riverdale.
You know, there are a lot of great things going on at Riverdale, not just athletically, but academically and the leadership. And I know that starts with Tamara Blair and all of the assistant principals, and to have a good relationship with them. But I mean, these are kids that are student athletes. They're going to class, and for Riverdale to become a level 5 school and to get where they are, academically, I mean, that just goes to show there's a lot being poured into these kids, not only in football, but in everything.
Yeah, it's all the sports. And if you look at all the head coaches at Riverdale, they've been there for many years.
Yeah.
Coach Field, Coach Messer, Coach Mangum, Coach Armand.
Coach Field was born there, wasn't he?
Exactly. Coach Voss, we've all been there for a long time. And that just is a testament of the culture at the school. You keep that many coaches in their spot for that long, you got a great culture at the school.
Yeah.
And, like you said, it starts with the principals and administrators, and it's a great place to be. And everybody has vision, is in line with each other, and everybody supports each other. You don't get that at a lot of schools where every sports program and everybody's behind each other.
Will, you had an opportunity to do a lot of things in these last couple of years, and I know, again, my point about this being a special senior class, that's the tough part about being a coach, because every year you're going to say goodbye to some, but they're all Warriors for life, really.
Yeah. And we had a lot of guys that came back last night and watched the game, and that's special. Like you said, been there 9 years since 16, so now I'm starting to collect a lot of guys that play for us and come around and say how proud they are. And I got Gentry Bonds, Marquell Odom, Preston Barge, and Nick Peterson. They were on my first team, and they helped me every Friday night. And to have those guys still around and pouring into these athletes, that means the world to me. And that's neat to see when you got guys and players helping out just any way they can with donations and things like that. And that's what makes Riverdale special.
Well, just wait till you start coaching their grandkids down the road, That'll be something else.
Yes, it will.
Will, appreciate you coming in every Saturday. We always enjoy having you here. I know John gives you a hard time, but that means he loves you. So
I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
All right, Will, appreciate it. That's Will Kriesky joining us, the head coach of the Riverdale Warriors, on the Coaches Show, brought to you by the Murfreesboro Special Census. Counting everyone means more state dollars to improve roads, parks, and services. Fill out the fast, easy, and secure form at murfreesborocensus.com.
Attention all Blue Raider fans, get ready for savings